Good evening. My name is Joe Roboski, and I'm here to talk to you about the Cold Catch Cooler. This is a truly versatile product that we are just getting out onto the market, and something that we think not only you as a consumer can appreciate, but more so to sell into a greater whole of campers, fishermen, and outdoor enthusiasts alike. As we go through this presentation, I want to highlight a few points that I think you'll find interesting, but hopefully can show the benefit of our product and how we can use that for you. To start off here, a big thing, we're going to have our introduction to the company itself and the main features of the product. For those who don't know me, my name is Joe Roboski. I have worked with Cold Catch Cooler Company really since I designed it myself in 2001. I grew up in a family where we always had something to do outside. If that was camping trips, if that was going to be going out to play tennis in the courts, or if that was just a nice hike in the woods. We always seemed to want to do something outside, but it always seemed like a scramble. You know, we were a big family, and I remember my mom would always forget something, or my dad would, and that causes kind of hectic stress around. But that's what made me think, you know, further on I'll tell a story about this, but growing up in an atmosphere that's truly centered outdoors, you realize what you need and what you don't. And that's why this product, I think, is really going to show what you do need. Here is going to be the benefits, which mainly are going to be, we have a portable mini live well. We're going to have a DC compressor freezing compartment. We will have lithium-ion batteries, a cutting compartment as well, cutting tabletop. And on top of that, we have a water pump, which I think is one thing we added on the last back end of this product. But for those who go camping avidly, I think we know that you always have to have a life straw on you, a filtration device. This eliminates that. This is going to be a compact filtration device that does have up to 35 psi of water pressure. On top of that, it can store up to 2 gallons. You'll see later on that we understand what a camper needs, and more so what a fisherman can need as well. And to have that all in one spot, that's kind of our goal. As we continue down, you know, that's going to be the introduction here about our company, ourselves. These are going to be the fab statements about those products that we do have. And really, this is a quick note I want to stop on, is how we started. You know, growing up, as I said, I was in a large family, and we were always outdoors, always doing something. My dad, in fact, you know, would always take us out on camping trips. And one time, we got up all the way up north. We park our car, get the site settled, and we go down this river. We walk about 2 miles until we find a nice little pool right where the water stills out, and we cast, and boom, off the bat we hit a trout. You know, you whip back, you reel it in, we catch it, and as I go to my dad to put it in the cooler, there's no cooler. We forgot that. And that's normal, that happens, but to have that when you're out in the great outdoors, that's the last thing you want. You know what I mean? It takes away from the experience. So that really taught me and made me start to think about what would I want as a camper myself. And as I got older, I started to have a greater appreciation of what that looks like in different capacities. And I think that's what the customer will appreciate as well. Continue down are going to be 2 visual aids here that show what the products offer, but also how they are benefit to the customer. And of course, same thing, more in a visual aid of the graph breakdown of customer preference and the value that they can get. But I'd like to skip down here a little bit farther. This is going to be the comparative aspect to all other competitors in the market. You will find no one who offers a product like this, not only in versatility, but durability and sustainability. We have a focus on making a one-stop shop. I've probably said that before, but it's because it's the truth. You know, and I think if you look at Yeti, you look at Coleman, you look at Pelican, they are great products. They are a great standard, but they don't have an adaptability like our cooler does. This is something that will be a game changer for your customers and yourself as a customer, because you can appreciate where you can use this cooler. It's not limited to just the tailgate, not just limited to, you know, going out on the dock for a couple beers and some fishing. You can take this everywhere, and you'll see that in this breakdown. Now, continuing on though, I'd like to show another big point is going to be just, you know, right here. We have a real big focus on making the consumer happy. My granddad used to always say, you know, cheap isn't quality and quality isn't cheap. I think that is a big piece that stuck with us here at the CCC company, because we want to offer you quality. That comes with a price point. So starting at $4.99, that is an increase on any other cooler you'll see. Compared to a Yeti, yes, of course, you're going to have a little bit more of an increase on cost, but we offer true sustainability with our product, and that makes it all the worth it. So I want you guys to think about, you know, what is it that we're looking for in a product, but more so the experience that that product offers. I think at the CCC company, we can provide that. So I just want us to all get ready, go get some fish, go get out with your friends, you know, be spontaneous. And with the Cold Catch Cooler, you can be, because we offer something that will always have your back. Thank you so much, and have a great day.